welcome to the Resources Roadhouse. I'm Wally Graham and I'm in Singapore at the Tribeca Future Facing Commodities Conference, catching up with an old friend of the Roadhouse in Chris Daws from Estrella Resources. Chris, good to see you again.
Yeah, great to see you, Wally. Pleasure to be in Singapore and telling the Estrella story. It's only getting better and better.
I was about to say, and a story it is, because, okay, so we last caught up, let's say October last year, and things definitely haven't slowed down since then. So can you bring us up to speed since then and what's going to happen in the future?
Yeah, thanks, Wally. I guess when I spoke in October to the Connect at Busselton, my very last comment to the investors down there was, I think Estrella's on the way to a 10-bagger. And I think our stock price at the time was 0.7. We knew what was ahead of us. We knew we had a first mover advantage into Timor, and we started that exploration work beginning of the year, and we started to have that success. But since then, and since speaking to you, our share price has appreciated. Our market capitalisation has grown from circa $7 million to just under $60 million today. So we've got some traction with the market. We've found some fairly heavy hitters in terms of some investors coming on board. We've raised some capital. We've got enough capital in the bank now, sufficient capital in the bank, $3 million, to execute the first ever drill program ever in Timor Leste. And when I say the first ever, it is the first ever. There has not been an exploration drill hole ever put in the country in the history of Timor, in its entirety. We've drilled holes in all parts of the world, including Antarctica and some crazy places. But here's this island nation, the youngest nation in the world, with a history of obviously fighting for its independence, on the verge of modern day exploration, sits on the Banda Arc, copper gold mines either side of it in Papua New Guinea and Indonesia, and little old Estrella's come along and we're the first. But we've had some extremely good success in understanding the geology, particularly with the manganese. And the manganese model that we've built is now, we've been able to go out with our team, National Timorese geologists and geophysicists, we've been able to predict potentially where the manganese may exist. And one of the most exciting things occurred just recently with prospect discovery at Iramiri, and this is this manganese here. This will be the first ever manganese that will be drilled by Estrella and by anybody in the country. That manganese is super high grade. It is 50-55% manganese, and I can assure you and our shareholders and potential investors, if we drill anywhere near a few metres of 55% manganese, we will not be a 60 million market cap company. The manganese is very low in deleterious elements. We've already fielded a number of external third parties looking at potential for this manganese to go into the world market. And with manganese, it's all about logistics and being able to get the product to market cheaply. We're sitting 400 metres from a sealed road with Iramiri. We're 15 kilometres to a deep water port. The logistical train for us is absolutely sweet. So we just got to find the resources now. We'll be bringing in, and as we speak, and as this goes to air, the first ever drill rig componentry for RC and Diamond will be delivered into Dili. As soon as the wet season's over, and we're through the wet season, and we're expecting the wet season to close out April, May, we'll be going and pushing ahead with our partners in the drilling company that we've executed contracts with. We'll be drilling these drill holes first ever into the country into high-grade manganese. So it's going to be extremely exciting time for shareholders.
That is no doubt very, very exciting. And one thing, while you were speaking to me, I'm just trying to get around my head is what's lit the fire before you've drilled? Okay, so you've got something that people have decided, it looks like they've got something there. So how have you been able to tell people that there's something there that you can go further with?
Absolutely. So we've taken a number of parties, and I needed the third-party validation myself. I knew I was on a good thing. But when you take some of the world's biggest commodity traders and you show them what you have, and then they start throwing dollars at you and off-take agreements, and you haven't even drilled a hole yet, that tells you're onto something pretty good. The logistics, the location, both internally and externally, we're sitting right in the doorstep of the markets. Japan, South Korea, Malaysia and China. We will beat anybody on the external shipping and costs there. And that third-party validation for me was very, very key. The other thing that's happening is there's a little bit of a groundswell around manganese at the moment. Now, it's very evident to me that LFP batteries are going to be the standard in EV and battery space for motor vehicles. But what we're also seeing now is that manganese is the key component to get rid of range and anxiety for charging and quick charging. So the manganese and that is going to be a key product in LMFP batteries is what we're going to see. So BYD and these new chemistries, they're going to be at the forefront, and that's going to be supercharging the market for manganese.
All right, okay, so nice whack of excitement even before the excitement begins.
100%. I mean, when you've got people like gold bugs like Eric Sprott, who've been invested in gold for a very long time, only turn around recently and say, you know, what else am I invested in? You know what he's invested in?
Let me guess.
Manganese.
Oh, no. Fair enough. All right, mate. Look, real good to catch up again. And as you know, we've been alluding to, there's a big story hopefully developing here. And hopefully we'll be able to talk a lot more in the future.
Thanks, Wally. And I'll just say to the shareholders, stay tuned, stay engaged, go Australia.